Welcome to Out the Trunk with Jordan and Darius. My name is Darius. That's D's all up in your area on all socials.
And I'm Jordan. That's Jordan be writing on all socials.
We like to call this segment What's on Our Mind, musings, things we saw online. I just have one question before I start.
Yeah.
Am I the only person that finds that when people make like the post of them getting a pedicure and it's like a picture of someone who makes 12 bucks an hour to scrub their feet, am I the only one who finds that off-putting? Am I the only one that's like, look, I hired a servant for the day. Like, look at this. And they have the person who clearly did not ask to be photographed, and they're just like
Yeah, that's a good
scrubbing their
point.
feet. And I'm like,
And I never
I
thought about
can't be
that.
the only one who finds that off-putting. Like,
Yeah, I think I personally would just do the after photo, I think. Yeah,
I,
I mean it can't come across as elitist now that you like just ask the question. Uh
like, are you a Roman prince? And like this,
yeah, that's a little crazy. I mean, if
they're-
they asked, it's fine, I guess, but I'm gonna assume they didn't.
I can assure you they don't.
Because just the language barrier, I'm gonna,
Everyone does it too. And I'm like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I find it so off-putting. And then like the person's literally just like on their knees
just
scrubbing their
scrubbing
feet.
and yeah.
It's like, look, I get it. It's a job, it's a service, you pay
Right,
for it.
yeah.
But like there's something about like
Sure,
the
it's good
the
money.
the photography and the content, and it's just like
Yeah,
this person is just like a bot in the background, and it's
yeah.
like
I feel you.
the nails aren't
Yeah.
even done yet. They're not, you're just seeing feet in a bucket. Like they're it's not even about the actual art. It's just, look,
It's
I
just
hired a servant today.
right. Because you could just flip the camera around and show you sipping wine. That would be just as effective.
It's
But
just
yeah, it's a little I don't want to call it tasteless. It's a little uh ill-formed, I guess. But I'll do you one better. I can do you one better. So somebody posted on Twitter or Facebook, whatever, went viral, and it was like, "Don't you do it this year, guys?" And it was like, when you give a homeless person or unhoused person some food or money, please don't record it.
yes.
And that's like the worst of all of it, of all the documentation that people do now.
It's up there because it's like, look, they never take a picture of just like the family who it might be a little tight that week and they're just popping by like the well put together. It's always someone on like Skid
Right.
Row, like
Yeah, it's just like the
like
worst of the
strung out
worst.
with four teeth in their mouth, and it's like they find
Mhm.
the worst
Yeah,
person.
right.
Um, and it's just like, take a picture of yourself, do a selfie, take a picture of your team, take a picture of things you're handing out, but like leave the
Right.
actual
The
people
actual
out of
right.
it.
The clientele out of it. I agree.
You really don't have to advertise your good deeds.
Yeah, and it always just it feels icky to me.
I
Not to
do
like
understand in that
virtue signal, but you know,
I do understand the argument that it can create sort of like a social contagion. Like people see it and it makes them
yes, that
want to
is a
do
real
it.
thing.
That is a
Yeah,
very much a real thing. There have been things that I've seen online, charitable acts that like kind of put it on my radar for something to do.
right. Yeah.
But there's a way you do anything. And
Yeah. Right. Yeah, there's a way to do it because even like just something simple like when I worked at uh drive through at Bojangles when I was in college, like sometimes like a person would be like, "Hey, I'm just gonna pay for the
yeah.
person behind me's order. Like, don't tell them whatever." And the person would realize that they thought I was giving them free food or I fucked up, and I'm like, "No, no, you're covered. Someone before the person before you paid." And they're like, "Oh, does that happen?" I was like, "Yes. Every once in a while somebody would do that, and you'll get five or six, seven straight people who will, pay it forward, literally." Um but they didn't document it. So
Well, yes, that is true. Shout out Bojangles. I had them at the airport on my way out. And
yeah, they never let me down.
yeah, it was honestly the best Bojangles I've had. Cajun filet biscuit, So want to talk about gym culture? Speaking of deep fried chicken sandwiches. Uh
Right. Speaking of junk food, yeah. So we're coming up, end of the year. People are rounding up to, make their New Year's resolutions and stuff. And of course, a popular one or a common one is, uh, getting back in shape or getting in better shape, going to the gym, whatever people want to call it, lifestyle change, diet, however you choose to phrase it. And there's always those like gym snobs who post that meme, and it's like December, the gym empty, January, gym full, February, the gym empty, and it's like okay, that is why people don't go to the gym. That's
yeah.
why people are intimidated and if literally people are afraid to work out and go to the gym because they don't want to, be judged or look a certain way and or made to feel like you have to be in shape to go there to get in shape, you know? I just really, really hate that stigma that people put on it. Because like as bad as the stigma is of being out of shape, fat phobic, unhealthy, whatever you want to call it, it's 10 times worse because of the way society perpetuates the behavior. Because you're just encouraging people to more or less be out of shape.
I agree wholeheartedly. Number one, from an economic standpoint, those people who it's like a cross subsidy. The reason why your gym
Hmm.
membership is so cheap is because 10 people pay and don't go. Uh, so
Right.
you're being cross subsidized. So you should, in theory, want them there. But two, man, if 100 people show up and 10 stay, that's worth it. Like it's
Correct.
not. Everyone had to start somewhere. You weren't,
Right.
and
Arnold Schwarzenegger, day one in the gym.
it can be an intimidating place. And
Hmm.
the more at least the gym rats I know they're not like this. It's
Right.
often a very encouraging space. But no, I've seen those
Hmm.
too, and I just don't know why someone would choose to be that way.
It's just so
You just
obnoxious.
don't
Like,
have to be that way.
what do you get out of that? Like, is who is have I've never seen anyone be impressed by that behavior
No,
personally.
and it's oh, they're using the machine wrong, or they're not benching
Right.
enough, and it's like, dude, as
They only
long
have
as
a
you,
spotter.
yeah, if you get in the gym, that's half the battle. And
Correct.
I tell people just show up. It all sorts itself out because if you just keep showing up, sooner or later you're gonna learn how to do it,
Mhm.
and you're gonna
Right.
learn the things to do, and you're gonna get in your own routine. And one day you're gonna show up and not even think about what you're doing. You're just gonna start doing it, and then that'll
Yep.
that begets dietary changes and lifestyle changes, and you hit the YouTube and learn how to do this lift a little bit better, and
Yeah, I'm
but it
about to
all
say that's what
starts
I'd be
with
doing. I literally do that in the gym.
yeah, it all starts with just showing up though. And you know, you see a lot of like fitness Reddit and different advice threads, and someone says the thread will start, what do I do to start? And
Hmm.
people, very seasoned lifters, will like list 12 different things, and it's like, "Duh,
Fuck
don't do
that. Just go
that.
there and move
Just
around.
show up, walk a mile tomorrow, and then the next day
Yeah.
walk a mile and a quarter." And because the diet is the really hard part, but I
Hmm.
maintain that you're not going to most people are not going to take their diet seriously until they get to some sort of routine at the gym, because
Right.
it becomes like you notice that you work out better when you don't eat trash, and
Yeah.
um you start to see your physical changes, and like you're getting stronger, and then you look, okay, how do I get better at this? And then it
Right.
just, my experience is that even though diet is the harder part and it's technically the most important part, most people aren't going to get there until they start a routine in the gym
Yeah.
first. And so, but no, man, I hate those people. I hate the snobs. That's why I don't really like, I don't go to mass global gyms
Hmm.
because the culture around
Like a
them is just a,
Golds or
yeah,
yeah.
Lifetime. The culture around them just tends to be a bit more, suburban wine mom. And
Hmm.
I like my gym a little bit more rustic. So I
I
concur.
feel you.
People are going to be in the gym starting January. It's going to be a little bit busier, and just deal with it.
Right. It's not your gym. You don't own it.
It's not your gym. You don't own it. You know, it-
They have just as much right as you to be there. They paid the same money you paid, unless you got the special membership.
and
Either way, you're still there.
it feels good to see the transformation in people. Like there's people
Yeah.
who I go to the gym with, and I've seen them over the years, and they look great. And we compliment each other, and we remember where we all just started, and it becomes a community, and you can either
Hmm.
be a positive part of that, or you can be a dickhead. And why would you ever choose to be a dickhead?
Right.
Oh, so anything else you want to add about the New Year's resolutions?
Um, yeah, so I mean we're both kind of in various places in our, journeys and stuff like that. So I wanted to ask you if you had any advice for, I mean, we talked a little bit about it obviously just now, but like any specific advice for like beginning gym goers, anyone just restarting or starting their journey.
You don't need like to do a full warm up, or like I would incorporate some sort of mobility work into
Yeah.
your routine. Just take 15 minutes a day. And YouTube, there's this YouTube channel, I think it's called Tone and Titan, and then there's one called Squat University. And mostly
Mhm.
mostly because people drive everywhere and people work in office chairs all day. Everyone has really, really
Everyone
tight
is stiff
hips,
as fuck. Yes.
and their hip mobility is really low, and their range of motion is short. And that's how you get injured, and that's how your recovery takes a little bit longer. But your hips and your shoulders are two pain points. You don't, as someone with a cranky shoulder and a cranky
Hmm.
lower back, my best advice would be to incorporate. You ain't got to do all these things, just like couple of things, 15 minutes, hip mobility, shoulder mobility. Just do that in your cubicle a couple hours before you go, maybe an hour before you go. You don't have to do full warm-ups and avoid static stretching, do mobility work, like do things that increase your range of motion. And that would be my
Hmm.
advice is hip mobility, shoulder mobility, and
Yeah.
also lifting a lot of heavy weights is a little overrated. Your work, it's called RPE. I forget what the actual acronym means, but
Yeah.
um you should aim for your working set should aim to be about 8 reps that are and like the eighth rep should be challenging to where you could theoretically do two more, but
Right. But you're not dead.
but you're not dead. Like
Yeah.
eventually you'll get to a place where you want to work to failure, and that's more advanced things, but just start with like getting a good 3 sets of 8 that are where the eighth rep is challenging. So you want to work your
Right.
way up to like rep 7 and 8 are stressing you, but you're not going to fail it. And then, you know, try to do that range. People do 14, 15, 16 reps, and obviously it's better than nothing. But I would say the sweet spot is
Hmm.
about 8 reps, where reps 7 and 8 are really challenging. You don't have to go in the gym and kill yourself, working yourself to
Right.
death off the bat. And some hip mobility work and some shoulder mobility work is what I would say is a good starter kit.
Yeah, that's good advice because my lower back be killing me sometimes. So yeah,
It's
the
usually
hip thing is real.
Yeah, it's like the source of your discomfort is often
The
reacting
opposite
to
side.
another place, right? So
Yeah.
lower back pain, a lot of lower back pain is just stiff hips. A lot of knee pain is stiff hips because again, we sit in these chairs all day and we drive cars all day and our
Right.
bodies are not supposed to do that. So,
Yeah.
um,
Stretch
I,
every day is also important. Even if you're not working out, you need to stretch every day.
correct. Neck stretch, hamstrings. Usually, a lot of people have tight hamstrings. Just
Yeah, that's a problem
YouTube
for me.
YouTube a couple of personal trainer, physical therapists, and they'll get you some routines that you can do, just body
Yeah.
weight in your living room while you're watching the game on Sunday, different things like
Hmm.
that. So,
That's a good one.
um,
Um,
I was go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, one thing I try to do is I'm, kind of early in my restarting of the journey. I was working out a lot earlier this summer and then I kind of fell off. Is I try to make it like fun and try to
Yeah.
make it almost like a game or like I'll like a trick I saw Michael B. Jordan doing it was one of his workout videos. He was like, I count down instead of counting up, and it really does make it seem easier when you're doing that for some reason. I like when I'm doing cardio, I treat that as like a vacation from weights. When I'm doing weights, it's like a vacation from cardio. Like if I'm on the Stairmaster, I'll like make it a game. Like I'll treat it like a level, like Mario or some shit. Like I'll be like, okay, this level two, I'm gonna, do this level for 3 minutes. Next level, 3 minutes, make it a little faster, so on and so forth. So I try to, keep myself like stimulated and give myself like a carrot on a stick when I'm, working out. So that way I have something to like look forward to in a sense, even if it's something that I don't really want to do,
Yeah.
but I
The
know I feel better when I've done it.
something I like is like, we all have our well, first, are you a podcast or music listener at the gym?
Music.
Okay. Well, for me, it just depends, but
Yeah.
there's like a handful of podcasts that are just like my favorite. I look forward to them every week. I save them for the
Yeah.
gym just
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it
Yeah.
makes it go faster. I don't know the structure of people's gyms, but what I like to do is cool downs in between sets are usually for compound lifts, heavy lifts, I do 3 minutes, and for everything else, it's like 90 seconds.
Yeah.
But I like to pace during that time. Easy way to get some
Mhm.
steps in, and keep yourself moving, keep yourself active. Um,
Yeah, that's a good one.
well, this
I
is
do audiobooks if I'm on the bike
yeah.
sometimes.
So weightlifting, I prefer podcasts. Cardio, I prefer music because I'm not crazy about cardio. So the music
Right.
keeps me
You
warm.
have to make it.
It helps so I do a little bit of fiction writing here and there. And so it helps when I'm in the gym in between sets. I don't want to say fantasize because that sounds weird, but like go into the world and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
plot
Hmm.
out things, almost like put myself into the place of those characters and plot out things and then
Right.
dictate it in between sets. It's just a way to keep the pace going. But what I mostly tell, like, look, you're not gonna enjoy it at first, but believe it or not, sooner or later you'll start to look forward to it. And that'll
Yeah,
be like the days you don't lift or your rest days, you'll miss it. And
yeah,
that's why I say you save your podcast for new album comes out, you save it for that. And you just soon it's about what, 19 times in a row to create a habit, and then sooner or later it's just
yeah. I
something
think
that you
21
will
days, something like
enjoy.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And keep track of your progress, write it down because it's like you almost gamify it. It's like a video game. I get to this next
yeah.
level. If I'm lifting that, I can get to that next level. And
Hmm. I think taking pictures is important too to
yeah,
track your
for sure.
progress and keep documentation. Like that one thread I really like watching, looking at a lot on Twitter is the if you build yourself brick by brick, like
Yeah.
post your results. So sometimes I just scroll through that all day, just like motivation, or I'll follow a bunch of um you know fitness influencers on the reels and stuff like that. Like those, that's always like okay, because I feel like they say you are what you repeatedly do. I also
Yeah.
feel like you are what you see.
Yeah.
So I try to like, okay, I need to see it a lot so I can kind of get it in my head. So that's, it's a regular part of my thought process.
What I will say for the people is that you want to keep in perspective that most fitness influencers you see, this is their job.
Right.
Like the
And
things that
some of
they
them are on
do,
steroids.
yeah, a lot of them are on gear. A lot of them have borderline eating disorders. Um, and just you don't have to, you're not in there trying to win. I mean, maybe if that's your thing, I'm not knocking
If you
it, but
want to
most
win a
people aren't in
competition.
there doing competition. You just, want to look good, want your shirts to fit a little bit better, and you want to get a
Yeah.
healthier, profile when you go to the doctor every year. And you don't have to do all of that to get there. You might
Hmm.
get there depending on how much you're into it, but it's cool to look
That's
at
true.
those people, but it's always important to keep it in perspective that I live six. I mean, I live 4 days a week. I work out 6 days a week if you count cardio. I'm never gonna look like those dudes on Instagram because I like beer and pizza on Saturday. Like, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a trade-off I'm willing to make, and that's cool. Like,
Right.
and it's okay if that's a trade-off that whoever out there is listening is willing to make as well.
Right.
Because to have ripped abs,
You can't
it's
eat
just
anything.
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So.
Yeah, that's true. And also, like I know for me, like I mean, I grew up in 2000, so I grew up with idolizing, Hugh Jackman and
Yeah.
Spider-Man, like all the super. I grew up in the golden age of superhero movies, so you're like, oh, that's what you're supposed to look like, or what you should look like. It's like those guys don't look like that
No.
off, when they're not shooting, you know.
CGI. They did a weight cut before
Yeah, they didn't drink water for 3 days, like
on gear. Anytime
yeah,
you read, who was it? It was Jonathan Majors.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, yeah, I put on 35 pounds of solid muscle in 6 weeks. It's like, okay, ain't that much chicken breast in the world.
Which,
Uh,
by the way, I watch. Have you heard of this? There's this fitness or bodybuilder. His name's Larry Wheels. Have you heard of him?
no, I have not.
So I was watching a YouTube video and he worked out with Jonathan Majors. He's like
Yeah,
twice his size,
yeah,
and they were doing like weighted weighted pull-ups and like weighted dips,
yeah,
and Majors was like crushing him in it. And I'm like, okay, you kind of got to make it a little more, a little
yeah.
less obvious.
Again, his body is his job,
Right.
and he spends a lot on it. We'll put it at that.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's a male. It's understood that when women are scrolling Instagram, when BBL culture, escort culture,
Right.
that's not real life. And I'm very particular about reminding men that the six pack abs with 0% body fat,
Right.
and you see them out, at some club, like you're never gonna do that. That's not real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
they like
That's true.
we talked about it last week, like the Groovin Gorilla guy.
Hmm.
There's no way he can eat like that outside of filming and keep that
No.
physique. Like
No.
it's like, but people will watch that
And think he's just chilling every day.
like that's how he eats and he's able to have that body. No, I promise you, he's spitting that shit out as soon as you cut the camera off because
Correct.
it's impossible. Like you
Yeah.
can't look at
All those food influencers, they're just spitting it
yeah,
out after. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's just. a lot of people don't know that the like it
It's
used to be
fake. It's
TV was fake, but the internet is fake as well.
internet is fake. Yeah.
And, it's understood in female online cultures that this can be harmful, especially to younger women. And
Yes.
to see all these supermodels with, they're on the beach in their bikinis, it can be just as harmul to men and young men as well to think that you're
Yeah.
supposed to
Nobody.
look
I
like
feel like
Hugh
nobody
Jackman and
talks about
Wolverine.
that.
Like,
Yeah,
you're not, man.
dude. Like he. Yeah, I remember somebody once said they were like, they said that I kind of feel bad for Hugh Jackman because like guys think he's this like buff like hyper masculine guy and it's like he's a theater kid
Yeah.
like but he has to do that for these roles, which I'm sure he loves the roles, but that's just what he has to do for work.
He's not only does he hire the chef, the chef lives with him. The trainer
Right.
lives with him. He
He
can
can
work
work out
out
for six
twice a
hours a day.
day
We can't
because
because we have to work.
yeah, he can work out twice a day because he doesn't have, a boss that has deliverables due at 10 a.m.
Correct.
You
His work
know,
isn't time stamped.
he may be a father, I don't know, but like his children, he can outsource all of the labor of parenting so that he can
Right.
focus on his body.
Yeah.
It's always funny, like this is way, way off topic, but
Yeah.
those couples, which couple was like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, they were like, we've never argued. And I made the
That
point.
means that just is so unhealthy.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, they may not. I don't know. They may be a
I mean,
healthy
maybe.
relationship, but like, you don't understand that rich people can afford to outsource all of the things that normal couples argue about. So,
Right.
like, you don't have to argue about
You're
whose
not
turn it
washing
is
dishes.
when you pay someone to do it. You don't have to,
Yeah.
like, if you're a regular working family and you have to choose between, do we want a second car? Or do we want to get the kids violin lessons? That's not an argument they have because they just buy both. Like,
Right.
like, you don't understand how many regular marital conflict can just be outsourced with money.
Money. Yeah.
Oh,
And by the way, if my fiance is a billionaire, I'm probably just gonna do whatever she says.
yeah. Well, I mean, he wasn't struggling before he met her.
Fair.
He's
Hey, a billion is a billion, dog.
well, I mean, it's sure, but he was up a couple hundred M's when he met her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
for sure, for sure.
we're gonna pivot off of this. I was traveling this weekend, and you know how you get into the hotel room and you're just watching whatever. It's like old school TV where you're just kind of like watching whatever's on. Uh,
Yeah.
Late night watching some Family Matters. Urkel was on the TV. I mean, I don't know if I'm dating myself with this reference, but Family Matters is a Steve Urkel show. Uh, Brilliant
There
inventor
are people who don't
kid.
know what that is.
It went off the air 30 years ago, man.
30 years? Holy
Like
fuck.
96, 97. So,
Damn, that's crazy.
uh, make a long story short, the kid was a brilliant inventor, scientist guy, in the way sitcom people can be. And I just had a question, man, came up to me when I was in the hotel room. I think Steve Urkel's three greatest inventions were his transformation chamber, his teleportation machine, and his cloning device. And if you could only pick one of those to have, which one would you pick? You're on mute.
You said a teleportation device, cloning machine. What was the other one?
A transformation chamber.
Okay, okay.
So the one that
Trying to
turned
remember this,
into the smooth
Stefan.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with the cloning device for sure. I just feel like me, myself, and I would get a lot of work done,
Yeah.
and my life would be so much easier.
What Drake say, how this nigga working like he got a fucking twin though.
Yeah.
To me, it's not no question. Teleportation machine, man. If I could just
That's a good
never
one.
travel on a plane again and just teleport to where I need to go,
That's true.
sign me up,
That
man.
would make
Like,
traveling much easier and cheaper
yeah,
also.
I will say this though. I recently traveled. The travel experience has gotten much better
Yeah.
just in general. I remember when flying on a plane used to just be miserable. And now, look, is it something that I enjoy doing? No. But is it considering for a couple $100, you get in a tube and you basically get teleported across the country?
Right.
Like every seat at the airport has like a charger now. And I remember when like finding an outlet in the airport was it was
It
a
was murder.
it was tough. And so yeah, I enjoyed that. But I would pick the transformation chamber or
Yeah.
transformation, I'm sorry, the teleportation machine simply
Okay.
because I found the transformation chamber. I understood the plot line, but I just found that whole thing to be a bit weird. And the
Yeah.
cloning thing. close second, but I like the transformation or the teleportation machine. So
Yeah, I feel you. And also, like, I mean, it's a sitcom, so it's not that serious, but that show really did not send any healthy messages to guys like, hey,
no.
just change everything about yourself to get the girl of your
No,
dreams
that's,
after
I
you
didn't want to
stalked them
go
for
there,
a
but that's what I
decade.
mean by a transformation chamber. I hate the word, but it is a little problematic. It's like
Yeah.
you're the same person, but
Dare I say toxic?
yeah, we're gonna make you cool, and you'll get the girl of your dreams. And it's not how it works, man. If you
Yeah.
it's again, it'll never stop feeling like an audition. Speaking of audition, actress Kristen Stewart said something in an interview. We want to talk about it?
Yeah, it was really interesting. She did an interview with I'm about to say Time Magazine, New York Times, and she was talking about um, the concept of method acting, and she tied it to like performative masculinity in a really interesting way. She said, I can't remember the exact words, but she basically was saying like, have you ever heard of a woman that was a method actor? And she said, and she goes, um, she goes, a lot of it is because they have to, I think they feel the need to do that because acting or having an emotion or, accessing free expression is not considered a traditionally masculine thing. So they
Yeah.
have to like, all right, everybody, I'm gonna like get in character now, or I'm gonna be this guy the whole day. You know what I mean? And she was like, because it's just such a submersive ideology that acting is the stage and all that stuff is feminine, that I think the guys feel the need to they have to like justify it in their head to kind of make it seem like more important or more difficult, almost as though only a man could do that thing. And I
Who's
thought that
the
was, first of all, hilarious and really interesting.
yeah. Who's the who's the male lead in Harry Potter? I know his name.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Dan, he had this comment in an interview like shit a long time ago. And he was
Yeah.
like someone asked him about method acting. He's like, "You notice people only want to method act when they're playing an asshole? Like no one's ever
No,
in a
seriously,
comedy like,
yes.
"Oh yeah, I'm
Yes.
being pleasant all day because I'm in
Yeah.
character." It's like you only
Right.
want to
Daniel
be
Radcliffe is
um
one of my all-time favorites
he was
as a
like,
person
"Nah."
and an actor.
They're like, "Nah, I don't believe in method acting." If you notice, people only want to do it when they're playing an asshole. Like they're never
No,
like, "Oh,
dead
this character
ass.
is so pleasant. I'm gonna go be in method acting this whole set."
Correct.
Like it's just no, it's
The most famous one that comes to mind is Jared Leto when he
yeah.
played the Joker in the Suicide Squad. You hear about what he was doing on set?
No,
He
I
was
don't.
he sent Viola Davis like a dead rat. He sent like snakes to like Margot Robbie. He sent I think mice to Will Smith or some shit like just crazy shit like and they I mean Will Smith I think he said like yeah I didn't really meet Jared Leto until we did this interview today.
Yeah.
Uh because he was in character the whole time. And it's like no one's ever like like no one ever said Morgan Freeman pretended to be God the whole time that he
Yeah.
was he was on Bruce Almighty, you know what I mean?
It's the huge famous one was Daniel Day-Lewis and My Left
Right.
Foot never got out of the wheelchair and ended up
Yeah.
getting frostbite or something like that.
Oh shit.
And he's a notorious method actor, but he does it for characters that aren't like he did it for Abe Lincoln. Like he never stopped being Abe Lincoln on set.
Yeah, like some shit you
Um
kind of gotta do. I get. But other shit, like it's like, all right, bro.
Yeah, it feels like a problem, a solution in search of a problem. Like no one, like
Mhm.
it's. But it is true what she said that it's not that. Well, she didn't say this. I'm editorializing, but
Yeah.
it's not that men aren't emotional. It's just we don't register anger as emotion.
Right.
It's like
Right.
men are afraid to show their
And so,
emotions. They're not afraid to be angry, and
th-
angry is an emotion.
and that's the only emotion men give themselves permission to feel in public, which is very bad,
Well,
to say the
well,
least. Um,
I mean. It can't only be anger, but you know how I feel about men
right.
crying. So,
But there are other emotions besides sadness too, like there's a
that's
whole
true.
thousand other words and adjectives and emotions a human being can feel.
You can be happy.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Yeah, it is funny though, because I watch a lot of actor interviews and shit, and like, it's like, did you really need to go full method to play a teacher? Like, I don't
no,
think.
you just wanted to be a jerk. Although I will say that if you've ever seen like a set, I'm sure you have seen like a set
Mhm.
zoomed out to where like you could see that it. I could see how it'd be easy to get out of character because nothing. It looks really awkward.
Right,
Because
right,
there's 37 cameras around and you're basically playing pretend in front of 100 people.
right. Yeah, playing make believe doesn't seem pretty very manly,
No, you
you know.
know. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's just funny between getting lost in a character and doing going full method like unnecessarily as well. So I did want to say that because I have seen actors talk about like getting lost in a character and having like I think Michael B. He said he got lost after playing Killmonger and he was like, yeah, I thought I would just move back to LA and it'd be cool. And I wasn't myself. And my friends and family were like, yo, like I think you need to go talk to somebody, you know.
didn't that shit kill
Um,
the dude who did Joker and the Gay Cowboy?
Heath
Um
Ledger.
yeah, he I think
Yeah, that's what they say. I mean we never got I mean it was sleeping pills. I mean I don't know if that
he
was related to
died
that
before
or
the movie
not.
even came out. So
Right. So, I mean, it's possible. I mean, although I did see an interview with Michael J. White, who he's the guy who killed when he with the
yeah.
let's put a smile on that face. And he said they asked him about how he was. He was like, dude, that shit was so overblown. And he was like, Heath was so cool. Like it was, totally fine. Like niggas act like he was a problem on set or like he was just, but now they did say he would be in character all day, but it wasn't like he was doing shit to people or,
Yeah.
so I don't know, but I mean, it's possible. I mean, I hope that's not what happened to him, but yeah. I mean, I remember, Anthony Hopkins, he said like he had to play a character where he had a heart attack and he's like, I'm doing one short shot, a close shot and one long shot. And I'm not doing this take anymore because he's like, you can trick your body into thinking you're actually going through certain things if you cosplay them enough. And he's like, I'm not going to put my body through that. So there is a real toll that actor that does take on actors. I know people like to say like, oh, actors are self-important, and to some degree they are. But that being said, there is a toll that the job does take.
Fair enough, man. Spotify, Apple, whatever music streamer device you people use, you
Yeah.
know what it is. Spotify created it though. Top five
True. That
artists
is
on
true.
there.
Yeah, top five artists. Drake and Kendrick Lamar, they're like neck and neck. No pun intended. Then King Von, Pusha T, and Chase Atlantic.
I don't even know who Chase Atlantic is.
It's a alternative like rock band. They're really dope. I'll send you some of their shit.
For me, it is Drizzy Drake, Morgan Wallen, Jay-Z, Bossman D-Lo, and Miss Glorilla. I am not sure how Glorilla got on there, but
I know how. I'm gonna tell you how.
how?
It's that streaming shit that the labels play. You know, they say like make 2 minute songs.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Because if you play the same song for like over for 10 minutes, that's five times.
yeah.
So that's gonna be,
I
as opposed to playing
mean.
one 4 minute song two times,
That okay, but like I look, I mean, I would be lying if I said I did not listen to quite a bit of Glorilla, and it's impossible for me to believe someone could get in your top five if you just have no idea how.
Oh no,
Uh,
you played them. You played them, obviously.
right. Halfway through that, I was like, I'm lying. I know I listen to her. So that is my top five. It hasn't
Yeah,
changed
how
much over
many?
the years, man. What was your average age of like, does Apple do age of listening
Yeah, I was gonna
age?
say, yeah, that's the one. Apple doesn't do the average age.
Yeah.
So I
Uh,
wasn't able to find that out. Does Spotify tell you how many minutes you listen to?
It does, but I don't have it in front of me. I'd have to
Oh,
click through it. But
yeah,
I
I did
bet
32,564 minutes.
quite a bit that's a lot of music.
Yeah.
My age was about 44, which makes sense because
Okay. Yeah.
you're listening to artists who I'm 37, so you're listening to artists who were popular during your formative years,
Right.
and they're going to be older than you because you're not listening to teenagers. And so
Correct.
makes sense that when I was
Um,
14 and 15, I was listening to people who were 22 or 23 making music. So
yeah. It's funny though. A lot of the people I know were posting their music age and it was like significantly younger than them. And there's a viral meme from a movie. I can't remember
how
what movie
many
it was.
minutes did you say you
And
had?
it
Because I just found mine. This can't be right.
uh now I did this like a week or two ago, so it's probably
Yeah.
more now, but I mean obviously it's gonna be more now, but 32,564 minutes.
I doubled you up, 71,578.
Huh.
You
You know
listen to
what?
71,578 minutes. That's 49 days of music.
Yeah, I think well, I know what it is because I watch a lot of YouTube during work too. So
Yeah.
that's about half my day. And then I'm also listening to podcasts and stuff. And I've been doing a lot of audiobooks. So that cuts into my music time. So it makes sense. But
Apparently, I
if it
listen to
were
a
to
lot of
say
music.
how much did sound did you listen to over the
Yeah.
course of the year, it'd probably be 100,000 minutes.
Well, you figure. I mean, it makes sense though, because like when I'm at home, it's the Bluetooth speaker and it's damn near all
Right.
day. Because I work from home, so it's like you get up, put a podcast on, that's an hour, get yourself situated, coffee,
Right.
whatever, and then it's like
Oh, that's right. Because
music.
you got Spotify on your Apple separates the two, so that's also what it is. Because you have podcast plus music.
I don't know if it's yeah, it does in Spotify, but I'm not sure if that it just said music listened to. So I don't know
Okay,
if
got you,
they
got you.
separate that out. But like I was telling, I was out with the fellas back home Friday night, and they were like, "You listen to the new Chance album?" I was like, "Yeah." "You listen to the Wale album?" Like, "Yeah." "You listen to Do This album?" Like, "Yeah." Like, how do you find
Yeah,
time for all this? Because these are all dads who leave the house for work, and I'm like,
right,
dude, I put on albums 45 minutes. I'm working from home. I just put the shit on and work. And I look up and it's over. Like, like it's
right.
not really,
Yeah,
I don't have to be very intentional about listening to a
listening to
music
music.
or because and then you go to the gym and it's like, that's an hour and a half every day.
Easy. Yeah.
It's like, so I can see it. I can see it. Anything else you want to tell the people about your Wrapped? What stood out?
Yeah, let's see. When I was hanging out with my friends at the Christmas party last weekend or on Saturday, my friend was on the Bluetooth. She was like, "Oh, let me see your replay and stuff, whatever." And she was like, "You have a lot of like dangerous shit in your music." Like, she's like, "Are you okay? Like, what the fuck do you be doing?"
Did you have a top five albums? Does Apple do that?
Yeah, it was where is it at? Uh yeah, so top five albums. Um Welcome to O Block, King Von, Let God Sort Him Out, Clips, Greatest Hits, Biggie, some sexy songs for you, Drake and Party, or Party Next Door rather. And then what the fuck? Oh, and then Beloved by Giveon.
Take Care, Drake number one. It's Dark and Hell is Hot, DMX number two. Share My
Okay.
World, Mary J. Blige number three.
Nice.
Chromacopia, Tyler the Creator number four. Nothing Was the
Nice.
Same, Drake number five. So
Gotcha. Okay. And then my close second or five and six and seven was Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd, and the Sinners soundtrack.
fair enough. Do you English? Did you read it or do you know anything that's going on with the Netflix Warner merger? Did you hear about it?
Yeah, I heard about it. I saw that Paramount also made a bid. It looks like it got denied,
Well, I don't I think
or
Warner
is it still going through, or is it
Yeah,
still
Warner
being
Brothers
like?
accepted the Netflix. Oh, let's just look it before we start telling people
Yeah,
the
about
wrong
so yeah,
thing.
let me Google this real
Uh,
quick. HBO.
okay, so I guess, and obviously we're not lawyers or entertainment lawyers or
Right. So there's a
investment
hostile
bankers.
bid.
So Netflix and Warner agreed to a sale, and
Yeah.
Paramount launches a hostile bid, which I guess because Warner is a publicly traded company, I'm not
Hmm.
even going to pretend to get into the. It's not over yet, but those are the two.
Yeah. Right. I was about to say yeah, it's
Uh,
not over.
so thoughts if Netflix and Warner Brothers merge? I know I just that's a stupid
I
question, but thoughts?
Yeah, no, yeah. I honestly, I don't think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of afraid, honestly. This could really be the end of movie theaters, like dead ass, or at least as we know them. Um, I mean, it's damn near monopoly at that point, you know?
Well, okay. So I think people go real fast and loose with that monopoly term.
Well,
Uh,
fair oligarchy.
I, not even because I don't know. I got six or seven streaming apps on my like TV
Well,
right now that
okay, but I
monopoly
don't think people
means
realize just how much Warner Brothers
it's
owns.
true. It's true, but like Disney would still be outside of that, right?
Yeah,
Paramount would be outside of that. Amazon Prime would be outside of that. Um, it would be a huge consolidation of power. And if I were an actor, that gives you a lot less places to pitch your stuff. But words mean things, and monopoly means like there are two people in
fair.
like what people will call Amazon a monopoly. And I'm like, Walmart, Target, Best Buy.
Yeah, yeah,
What are you talking about? Like
yeah.
it is dominant, but monopoly, no. Like
Okay,
you
well,
can get your laundry detergent from like seven different places. What are you talking about?
fair. So just for the listener, so to give them a little bit of context in terms of how big or how much Warner Brothers owns, They own CNN, TNT, TPS, HGTV, Food Network. They'd be, HBO Max, Discovery Plus, Harry Potter, DC Comics, Game of Thrones, Looney Tunes, Cartoon Network.
HBO, right? You said.
Uh, yep. They own everything Turner. Travel Channel, OWN, Magnolia Network, Adult Swim, Boomerang, Toonami. Streaming services that would be obviously Max, Discovery Plus. Hanna-Barbera, pretty much any cartoon you ever watched growing up. Like they would own everything. Not
Okay,
everything, but just,
so
they would own a lot. That's like a big chunk of the market share.
it would. Okay, look,
And if
it would
they
spell
if they
trouble
open a
for movie
movie
theaters.
theaters, we're fucked.
Okay, so we enjoy the movie theater experience because
Yeah,
it's something that we hold dear emotionally, right?
correct.
Um, it's a niche. Would the do the consumers value going to the movies? Because when you say something, because another core part of monopoly is it has to cause harm to a consumer. And so it's like
Yeah,
when people say that Amazon's a monopoly, and I'm like, Amazon has like a 70% approval rating amongst its customers.
right.
Like, so
But if
do
Amazon
people
just like doubled the price of everything and
that would suck.
and bought FedEx, that would not
Well,
be good.
so I mean, look, okay, that would suck, of course. But my thing is that would people miss movies?
I I think would more than people realize people would miss
Miss
movies.
going to
Yeah,
the movie theater.
I
So
think so.
I personally enjoy going to the movie. I don't think movies that go straight to Netflix are of the same quality as theatrical
No,
movies.
they're not. No.
To me, it's the new straight to DVD. Like, remember when movies
Yeah.
went straight to DVD, you couldn't pinpoint what was wrong with it, but it just felt cheap. Like it,
hmm
it felt cheap.
Yeah,
It felt
you just knew that it wasn't going to be great.
yeah, and that's how. Like honestly, nothing could turn me off of a movie more than telling me it's going straight to a streamer because I just know
hmm
that that's. I guess that brings it to my point of the should art have to be profitable?
No, I think that's kind of the problem is that
Yeah.
people have made it to the point where it has to be profitable to be considered valuable. And I know obviously value and profit. I understand how that sounds, but you know, how much was the Sistine Chapel? Is there a price on that? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how much that costs or, what the value of that is. Um,
But
Obviously
my
a lot, but
but the cost to produce that was virtually $0, right? And so
correct.
the cost to produce a movie for a theatrical release, dropping a movie in a theater is inefficient. Like you're gonna go
Yeah.
spend $100 million advertising and send these people on these huge press runs, ask people to get out of
Yep.
their house and go watch this movie in a theater when you could skip all that and send it straight to their homes.
Correct.
And I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, man. The last few times I went to the theater, it was just like I don't know why anyone still does this. It's
It's interesting. So last time I went to the theater, I went the Sunday after Thanksgiving
yeah,
with my family, and we saw Wicked 2. Actually, really, really good movie, by the way. And it really, I wouldn't, it would have sucked. Not sucked. It wouldn't have been as fun watching
yeah.
it at home on Netflix. Like it just
I
wouldn't
agree.
have the communal experience. Everybody was laughing at certain scenes, and you got your snacks and all that stuff. You're leaning over, yo, that's crazy. Da-da. That sort of thing. Um, I love communal experiences. That's just something I'm always gonna be in support of.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went to the bookstore a week or two ago, spent $120. On paper, shouldn't have done it, but I bought a record. I wanted to go buy a physical record. You know what I'm saying? And then I enjoy bookstores. I like physical copies.
So here's okay.
And I think
So
that's always going to be a thing people want to do or
here's
want to
what
have
I
the
find.
option to do.
I agree. I still go to the movie theaters. I'm gonna go see. They released Kill Bill as one movie last
Oh shit, for real?
Friday in a theatrical run, and tomorrow there's a 6 o'clock. It's like 4 hours, but I might go check out the one tomorrow at six
Shit.
o'clock. So clearly, I am someone who's still open to the concept, but I just wonder if people, because you'll see the same people saying, "I want." when the writer's strike happened, I want the writers to make more
Mhm.
money. I want the camera crew to make more money. There was a graphic effects people to make more money. Then you don't want to go see the movies, but you want everyone to make more money.
Yeah.
And it's just like you can't expect these companies to just fund no one goes to see these movies, so it doesn't I
Mhm.
understand why Netflix and Warner Brothers would think that there's just a better way to do this, even if I guess I just miss when inefficient things could still make money because
Yeah.
movies used to make money.
Right.
That's why like these companies were never benevolent and just funding
Yeah.
arts because out of the kindness of their heart. Movies used to make money because our
Right.
lives weren't as efficient as they are now. When you used
Hmm.
to have to didn't have Amazon, so you left your house to run errands at Target, and then you walk past the movie theater. You go, I remember that. So we got an hour and a half. Let's kill that. And you could
Yeah.
go do that because our lives were less efficient. You didn't have all of your household items sent to your door, and
Right.
that you know when you went Christmas shopping, you didn't have it all delivered. You went to a mall, and then
Hmm.
as a parent, you gave your kids some money to go to the arcade, and you're like, well, I got 2 hours to kill. I'm not trying to hang out in an arcade. Let me pop into this movie theater.
Right.
There were benefits to a life that was less efficient. Movies that weren't always huge got to make some money, and then the
Yeah.
DVDs came out, and I'm not gonna fault these companies for being like, well, the world has changed. People don't meander around the city anymore running errands, and so there's
True.
less people popping in. But the actors don't want to make any less money. The writers don't want to make like, no
Right.
one wants to take a pay cut
But
based on the fact that there's less foot traffic in general.
yeah.
Why not just go to a more efficient model?
Yeah. But I think also, movies are being made, I feel like they're being made back into an event again, and that's what brings people
Yeah.
out. Sinners was an event. Wicked and Wicked 2 was an event, like the new Frankenstein movie I heard was really good. I haven't checked it out yet. It's on ironically Netflix. But if they had made it an event and promoted it and, released it theatrically, I think it probably would have done really well. You know what I'm saying? I like the new Knives Out. Is going to be have theatrical release for a couple weeks, and then it's going to go to Netflix, I believe, something like that. I just think we saw a lot of really good movies come out this year,
Yeah.
and that were big events. And I think as long as we can have that, we have hope, so to speak. Like I think
But
a rising tide lifts all ships.
even still, like Sinners was a big event within a niche category in the sense that, like, I still
Mhm.
know if you walked up to 10 random people and asked them, have they seen Sinners yet? Five would say no.
Yeah, that's
In a
fair.
way that 10 years ago, two, 20 years ago,
Right.
zero. Like,
Yeah.
and that's the biggest movie of the year. And so I guess for me, it's like if someone were to ask me, why would I go to a movie and spend six times as much for 2 hours of entertainment when
Mhm.
one Netflix subscription is $20 and I have an unlimited supply of it? I would have
Yeah.
an answer, but it would be based off of like an emotional appeal that either they buy or they
Right.
most people just don't care, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't buy CDs anymore either. Like I love music and I've 70 something thousand damn minutes of listening to music, but
Hmm.
I paid significantly less for music than I did 20 years ago because I paid $15 a month for unlimited 24/7 for all the music and all the history. Whereas that was
Yeah.
one CD 30 years ago, 20 years ago. And so
Yeah.
it's tough. It's tough. I don't think
Yeah.
movie theaters will ever all the way go away just because nothing
Right.
beats that IMAX screen and that stale ass popcorn.
Yeah. Do you think it'll become like a almost like a cult activity
Yeah.
in a
It'll
way?
it'll
Like almost like bowling leagues used to be really, really big.
yeah.
And now it's like a few people who maybe bowl and that's kind of it.
Yeah, I think it'll be yeah, like a subculture almost of people
Yeah.
who still go. It'll be like hipster and subculture. You still
Right,
go to the
right.
movies.
Yeah. It'll be like as
Uh,
as as niche as like collecting records in a way or something like that.
and the tickets will be more expensive, but it'll be
Yeah.
almost like a status symbol to say that I entertain myself in an inefficient, expensive way.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Joe Budden, man, you sent me the video ahead of time, but is your
Yeah.
topic. So you want to tell the people what happened?
Um, yeah, so he was on his pod and he was reading a I tried to find the episode. I couldn't quite figure it out based on the outfit he was wearing. And but he was reading like a quote or something from an executive, and he was basically talking about how people think artists go away or they fail because of, you talk a lot about the breakdowns and
Yeah.
emotional instability, things of that nature. And he was basically saying their nervous system can't handle the. It's not so much the highs and lows. It's just basically the absence of the highs.
Yeah.
Like you're extremely visible and you're everywhere and you're seen everywhere, and then you're not seen, but you're not getting shit on. You're not getting criticized or being hated on for anything. You're not getting any negative press. You're just not being. You almost feel like you're being ignored in a way. And he was saying like the great ones know how to ride that plateau out. But most normal people, they view the plateau as a valley, based in essence, and they're kind of talking about how, it can fuck with their creative ability and their ability to trust themselves to take risks and to actually make more art, which I thought was really, really interesting.
Yeah, I find it interesting because I would think that being famous would be the worst part about creating.
Right.
But clearly, I mean, I mean, clearly these people love the lifestyle more than the making of the music. I think honestly, that's the tie that binds. Is like, do you actually enjoy
Mm.
making music? And
Or what it brings you.
or just the lifestyle that's associated with it,
Yeah.
It used to be to make music, you had to know music and love music, and now
Hmm.
anyone with a microphone and a YouTube channel and a couple of apps can make a song, and it's reflected in the quality of music, but it's also reflected in the kind of people that um, burn out or just hop on and burn out because
Hmm.
music was a conduit to what they actually wanted, which was money and fame. Um,
Right. It's like, well, why would never hear a Rihanna album ever again?
Correct. Well, well, she did her. She put her. I mean, she dropped like 5 or 6 albums, and a
Well, yeah,
few of
I
them
mean,
are
she put her
classics.
time in, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, also just man, making music's hard.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
like it's hard. It's not that rewarding financially.
It's probably a lonely process. It's you and probably five other people in a dark room for however many hours a day.
It's labor intensive. It doesn't scale. Like
Right.
Rihanna can come. I mean, I don't know what her process is, her creative process is for that makeup, but like you do
Hmm.
it once, you can sell it forever. You know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
you do a concert tonight, you gotta go do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is like in theory, if you want businesses that scale exponentially, but don't scale with your labor that's required to do it, right? So like
Hmm.
you patent an iPhone, you can just sell that a million times. You don't have to
Yeah.
you can get more efficient at it.
Reinvent it
Yeah.
every time you
But
need a
like,
new one.
I mean, it's like stand-up comedy, man. You got to keep making these new jokes. You can't tell a joke from 10 years ago and something, and I get it. I get it. It's hard, but yeah,
Hmm.
I would agree to bring it back to the original point. Yeah, it was it was
Hmm.
it was very it was point one excellent broadcaster. Two,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with them wholeheartedly. A lot of these people quite clearly just want to be famous. They want to be influencers. And the quickest way to become an influencer is to make bad skits or make music. And
Right.
so, dude, some of these so
Yeah.
there's a skit comedian.
You
I
gonna
think
say the
I've said it
name?
on I forget the name. I think I
Okay.
said it on the pod already, but yeah, I don't understand how people there's one skit comedian that's funny and it's Drewski, and the rest of them are not it. So what'd you have to say about Joe Budden?
Um, yeah, I thought it was so interesting when he was reading whatever it was a statement article. I don't know, couldn't figure out what it was. Because you think about like I've as a creative, I kind of on a small scale obviously relate to that. Like, with this, it's we're not getting killed,
Yeah.
but the urge to be heard is a very natural human emotion, and when you tie that with something that you actually have physically made or came from you, that desire it intensifies. And so when you feel like you're not getting not even the praise that you want, you feel like you're not even getting uh any reception that can you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that hits hard, it's like
Pissing in
but
the
it also
wind.
shows it yeah, but it also shows like do you love it or don't you? You know what I mean? Like I enjoy doing this. Like this is fun. I like making things. I like learning shit. I reading shit, writing more and doing the write-ups and creating the thumbnails and shit. Like it's all fun. Like it's draining. It's like a part-time job, obviously, but it's fun. Like I enjoy it. Um, and one thing I kind of started to do is you kind of got to approach it like music in a way. Like a lot of artists before they drop their music, what do? They play it in the car. They play it with their friends. They play it for their friends. And it's like if you don't enjoy what you're making, you're not gonna enjoy the process of making it. You know what I mean?
As an aside, could you imagine going to like an album release party and it's trash and having to pretend it's not trash? Like, cause
Dude, I can because um I don't put this respectfully. Going to certain creative events
yeah,
where you hear some things that maybe are less than the most creative things you've ever heard,
okay,
it can drive you to it can drive you to lean on artificial stimulants. You know what I mean?
okay, fair
Like
enough.
like people would be like, "Oh, Jordan, why you fucked up?" And it's like, "Dude, do you hear do you hear this?
Realize, what's
Do
it?
you realize?"
Um, I find bad
Yeah.
poetry entertaining, but that's because I'm not a poet.
Yeah, it's just I think for me it's like because when you first start doing it, you don't know if you're good or not. So that's like
Yeah,
step one, trying to figure out what you are, what your lane is, whatever. And then once you realize you're good, then you're like, okay, who else is good? And you kind of gravitate towards them, and you like working with them and bouncing ideas off them. And then when you realize who's good, naturally you realize who is not
yeah.
so good. And once you realize it, you can't unhear it. And then you're just like, dog, I gotta, you know what I mean?
Okay, but are these like paid events or open mic?
It varies. It varies.
No.
'Cause I go to different things.
You got to stall people out for open mic, man. These are
No, no, no,
just
for sure. Yeah, that's a
like,
different thing. That's not right. Yeah, that's
like,
just
you
people
know,
getting their
Maya
shit off
Angelou
and
is not walking through that door. It's open
right,
mic
right.
night, you
That's
know.
and that's cool. I think also the thing is too is like you said, it's like being at an album release party where the artist like you ever heard a song so loud you think you like it, and then you actually listen to it like at a normal volume, you're like, wait a minute, this isn't good.
It's every Future song I've ever heard in my life. It fucking sucks, man. Like you'll hear it in the club, and then later
And it
on
sounds
I'll
like the
actually
best song
listen to
ever.
it, and I'm just like, this is gibberish. No, I mean, I get it. I just
Yeah.
what I will say is I don't understand anyone who actively seeks fame. Uh,
Mm.
Obviously people do, but it just
Yeah.
looks like the worst part of making a lot of money is like
Yeah.
being famous.
Because I'll be honest with you, like I when I go to the grocery store sometimes and I just do self checkout because I don't feel like talking. I couldn't that's what this decision that famous people do not have every single
Yeah,
day of their life. They don't have the option to do that because everyone knows who you are and you have to talk to everybody or you look like an asshole. Even though you're not being an asshole, you're just being a normal human being in a really awkward situation.
yeah. It's like Anthony Mackie. Like I understand his frustrations.
Hmm.
I just think it's what he signed up for.
Right.
Like you're not, a method actor on some obscure Broadway production. You're fucking Captain America.
Yeah.
You're the face of a massive Disney property,
Yeah.
and you think you're still gonna be able to hang out at a bar? Like that's just. I'm sorry, but that's kind of what the money
Yeah.
is for. Like
Like
I
you can
get it
move to New
sucks.
York because that's normally New York, but everywhere else, people are gonna lose their shit when they see you.
I get it sucks. I don't doubt that, but that's kind of
Yeah,
what the money is for. Like this is
I feel you.
inconvenient. This is why it's well
Yeah,
compensation. And again, it's not like you're Daniel Day-Lewis where you do a movie every 10 years and it's some
like oh
Oscar
shit, you're
bait
back, and
3 hour
yeah.
long character movie. You're Captain
Hmm.
America.
Yeah,
You sought like one of the most prominent roles in all of Hollywood and you don't
yeah,
want to be famous? Like, give me a break. I don't want to hear that shit. Um,
yeah. I feel you. But it can't be. I mean, I'm sure. Like, I wonder if the pros outweigh the cons. Like, I know that's a simple, like, probably a stupid question almost, but it's like because we don't know the full extent of what the pros are, and we also have never felt the cons. I really would would be interested to know if a celebrity was on a like a truth serum, which would they take?
I would just
Um,
caution them that nobody wants to hear whining in first class.
that is also true.
It's